Hey, if you're interested in what's going on in El Salvador, you're in the right place. Today we'll be talking about the new law that the president of El Salvador approved, called Exception Regime. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. El Salvador's Legislative Assembly approved a state of emergency law early Sunday to deal with its spiraling homicide rate, driven by Barrio 18 and MS-13 gang, after the country's police force reported 62 homicides on Saturday.
Con 13 diputados ausentes, 0 votos en contra, 4 abstenciones y 67 votos a favor, queda aprobado el proyecto de decreto que contiene régimen de excepción.
Constitutional rights, including freedom of association and the right to a state-sponsored defense in court, will be suspended for 30 days to better target criminal groups, according to the decree. Security forces will also be able to intercept phone calls and hold suspects in preliminary detention for longer periods of time under the new decree. We have complied with the Salvadorian people, tweeted Ernesto Castro, president of the Legislative Assembly. After the announcement of the government's decree, we approve the exception regime that will allow our government to protect the life of Salvadorians and confront criminality head-on. El Salvador has a long history of organized crime groups fighting security forces and each other to control territory and drug routes in Central America. The small Central American country, roughly the size of the U.S. state of Massachusetts, led the world for the number of homicides related to the size of its population for several years in a row. President Nayib Bukele took office in June 2019 with widespread support, after promising a tough stance against gang violence, which has plagued El Salvador for decades. Maximum emergencies in prison in El Salvador in 2020. He authorized the use of deadly force by police and army against gang members who were taking advantage of the corona pandemic, after a weekend of violence that left at least 50 dead across the country. Bullock said on Sunday that the measures will be implemented by the relevant institutions only when necessary. Life will continue as normal for the vast majority of people, he said in a tweet. The law was approved with 67 votes in favor, according to a tweet from the official's account of the Legislative Assembly. 17 members abstained or voted against.